about this project. I have been thinking about it all summer. Now, this is a client who really appreciates and loves outdoor spaces. They were lucky enough to build the house of their dreams just outside of Boston, Massachusetts. Unfortunately, their landscape ended up being what we lovingly call the builder's special.
So when I came here, and once I'd moved all the furniture in and I looked outside, I realized, okay, I have to do something with this. The landscape was very basic. We just had a basic, what I call builder mix. There's some evergreens, 4 in a row. One was already dying. I'd inherited 3 fences from 3 neighbouring properties and not a lot else. I was actually quite depressed because it didn't reflect my personality. I just wasn't inspired. And it was like literally for 2 years, I didn't go to the nursery to buy any plants. Like for the first time in 20 years. There was just nothing to work with for me. It was beyond my capabilities.
We're here to change all of that. There's one thing we're really great at, it's thinking outside of the box. And we're gonna turn this blasé backyard space into something fantastic.
Hey!
Hey,
What's up?
how you doing?
Oh, well, what you working on?
Oh, I'm finally working on our Wellesley project.
Nice.
Yes. So I'm really excited about this, but it's a bit of a challenge, you know, it's a very long, narrow space.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking of is creating 3 different use areas and then including this river rock detail, which is this nice curvilinear shape.
I like it. It's curvilinear, it's breaking up the linear fashion of everything, and it's touching all the spaces. I think that looks slick.
Great. So we have the fire pit area, the patio area, the hammock area, and the all-important water feature.
Oh, naturally. All right.
The one thing I do want to point out to you, though, is that there is an existing dry well system over by the fire pit area.
Yeah, that's put in by the builder, so I'm already suspect.
Right, but we may have to move it.
Do we know anything about it? Are there any drawings, as-built, anything?
0.
Of course. Okay. Let me think about worst case scenario. If we have to move it, I'll size it. And I have to do the grading anyway, so I can do it while I'm doing that.
All right.
I'll get to work on it.
All right, sounds good. You're not going to distract me, are you?
What kind of question is that? Have I ever?
No, never.
Have you had your coffee today? Seem a little moody.
Well, look who decided to show up at 10 o'clock.
Morning, sunshine.
Fashionably late.
No, just fashionable.
Nothing beats demo day. I get paid to come in and destroy somebody's yard. I can't get over it. What's better than this?
This is the paper patio that I was talking to you about before. It was this tiny little space of pavers, lawn back here, and nothing else.
Unfortunately, the builder did not leave our homeowner with any information as it pertains to the drainage system, so we have no choice but to dig this back and explore it and see what's happening. We want to make sure the system's big enough, performing, and structural enough to not impact our work going forward. We found the inlet pipe, we found the chamber, we found a broken pipe, and all around the collar it's broken and dirt's been getting in there. So what we're going to do is actually move this system beyond our wall, and we'll be confident going forward that nothing will be compromised.
All right, we're good to go. We can start plumbing up down the line.
Now this is what a drainage system should look like. This drywall system is a wrap.
All right, we're taking a little trip to the stone yard. I am on a mission to find 2 special pieces of stone, so let's see what we got. I am like a kid in a candy store. Look at all this beautiful reclaimed granite. piles of fieldstone. There is stone as far as the eye can see, but I promised Samantha I would only buy the 2 pieces of granite that we need to flank each end of our wall. But in the meantime, I am just gonna soak in all the stone vibes. Just soak in all the stone vibes. So much of the work we do is buried under the ground. You'll never ever see it, but this is the work that matters. Because if we get this right, this landscape will last for years. All right, now it's time to have some real fun. This looks like fun, I'm here to tell you, it is. Right now I'm going to pitch the sides of this stone away just to give it a little bevel effect. What's cool about this product is this is reclaimed granite. So this was used somewhere along the lines. It could have been a foundation for a barn or a piece of a bridge. And here we are reusing it, so we have our own piece of history right here in the garden. All right, you're snooping around my stone piles. What's going on?
Well, you know, I've been thinking a lot about the seating wall, and I really think that we should go with New England fieldstone. I think it'll look great with the Goshen stone paving, but I'm totally stuck. I don't know what to do for the cap.
The cap. Well, it needs to be flat. It needs to jive with everything we're doing. So let's use the Goshen stone. It's flat and beautiful.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
All right, no, I honestly never thought about using it. I was worried about how it would feel on the back of someone's legs, you know?
Well, what we'll do is we'll cut this to the shape we need, and then I'll bullnose it with the hammer. It'll have a nice round feel on the back of the legs. I think it'll sit really, really well.
All right, sounds good. Sounds like a lot of work.
A lot of work. What's not a lot of work?
All right, thank you.
No problemo. Make a machine for everything. Sometimes you just have to do things the old-fashioned way, like bullnosing the stone. Oh, it's too tight. I think that's got to do it. Are we just tie on the stone? Back there? Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We got it done, we got it done, we got it done, we got it done.
I've wanted to use this tree for years, so I am thrilled. We got some real beauties.
Thank you for finding them.
Yes. So we are planting planting some upright hornbeam trees. I'm really excited. I've wanted to use these trees for a long time. We're trying to create kind of a formal look as the background, and then we're going to loosen it up with all the other plantings. So we're planting in kind of an unusual way. Right now we're actually putting our trees in first, which means we have to establish the grade, and we're going to end up planting the trees higher until we get our retainers in the back. So we really have to know exactly where our grade is and how high we have to plant these trees. They are too big to mess around with, so we got to get this right.
These trees instantly change the dynamic of this space. It's unbelievable. Smooth, real smooth. Base material and compaction are the key to the success of any patio. Right now we're installing our crushed stone base in 3-inch to 4-inch lists at a time. We rake that out and compact that heavily in 2 directions, up and down, overlapping each pass as we go, and give ourselves a solid foundation to work off of. It's paving day, big day here. It's gonna be all Goshen stone. The base is set up. We are ready, my friend, ready to rock. Let's get it, let's go! Is actually a circle. What we're doing is we're cutting that circle as we go.
I think everything looks fantastic, and I know it's all been laid out per plan, so that's great.
Okay.
But just in looking at the space, I have to wonder whether or not I have the room that I needed for the beach pebble detail. You think it's gonna be okay?
What do you need in terms of width between the patio and the beginning of it?
That's about 18 inches.
What is that? Like
That's
a hack and
ornamental grass.
Yeah. I can always make it more narrow. I'll get this dimension right, and then I'll have the outside dimension to play with. We'll make it work. So now what we'll do is we'll move this away from the bar. We'll go ahead and hammer this edge, and we'll slide the stone in. Okay. Let's see how we did. All right, guys?
Can I try?
Oh, you sure can. But we've had stones that are on these pallets that are 6 feet long.
He said he was gonna let me do it.
I'm gonna let you do it. I'm just trying to get all...
Not happening.
Stones are trimmed in nicely. Now we just have to get the elevations to jive. This stone's a little high. This one's at grade, so we have to bring this down a little bit to match here. Oh, it's exciting stuff. We're setting in the last stone for the patio. It's the piece in the center. That's always the last one on the circle because we have our center pin to keep our radius consistent throughout the whole process. So I'll make up this template, cut this stone, set the last stone.
The last stone, the last stone. Essential stone is in. yeah! Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
I'm really excited. I have not seen what this project looks like. You know, I finished designing it about 4 months ago. I've had it stuck in my head since then. I am gonna go get ready to check it out. Hi. Hey. Oh my God. Hi guys. Oh my God. Look at the patio. Seriously, dude, that is awesome. Oh my gosh, guys. What a nice job. This is amazing. You pulled off the circle with kind of the irregular coming into it.
A lot of cutting.
I had it in my head. I wasn't sure what the reality of it would be, but this is stunning. Oh my God, and the wall, look at the wall. Oh, the wall. This is exactly what I pictured, exactly. I knew we needed that to kind of end that area. Can I sit on it?
Try it on for size. So the caps were a lot of work. Honestly, it took longer than I thought, but I think the end result, right?
Oh my gosh.
Right?
It's wonderful. So one of my big decisions to make is whether or not I prune up these trees. My initial thinking is that I wanted to limb them up about 30 inches above grade so that I would have a little bit more play with being able to plant underneath them, but I don't know. I've been thinking about this for days, literally, about whether or not it's the right move. Because what I'm afraid of is all the width on these trees right now is really at their base. So if I start to pull that away, then I'm really starting to mess with the form of the trees. So I gotta make the right decision here, because once it's done, it's done. Can you stop doing yoga, Neil?
What?
Stop doing yoga. I have a question. When do you think we're gonna lay out the river rock detail?
I mean, we can do it roughly today if you want. Makes you feel better.
So my concern is we have this very cool shape that's gonna go through the plan, and we're gonna be filling this shape in with beach pebble. But to be honest, as I'm looking at the space, which looks great, I don't know if they left room for it. So yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking.
We're laying out this detail that runs through the entire portion of the back property here. Really unifies the space with its serpentine shape. Samantha didn't think we actually had room for it once we started building, but there's always room. We just gotta find it.
Just pick that up a little bit with your hand, Augustine, and move it towards the house. Yeah, hold that right there. Hold on. The benefits of our river rock detail is it's going to look gorgeous. The downfall is this edging can retain water. So, to prevent any flooding, we'll put a perforated drain inside our trench here and ensure that any water that gets locked in with the aluminum edging will make its way out into our driveway system. We nailed the shape. It's perfect.
I am so excited. This is my most favorite day on any project. It is plant day. Now you can see I have all these beauties laid out. They're just waiting to find their new home. So I'm gonna go get my ladies crew and we're gonna get started. Ladies! So we need these hydrangeas to be brought to the back. Let me see, it looks like here's some Itea, but just behind the Itea, there's some limelight hydrangeas. So we're gonna get everything to the back, we're gonna get everything laid out, and then we're gonna start planting everything. So by the end of the day, it should look great. It should be a huge transformation back there.
Question does it go here?
Definitely not.
Or does it go here?
Definitely.
Okay, awesome.
Thank
Just
you.
double checking.
So I have my trusty planting plan, a miniature version of it. And so I'm just following that plan, and goodness knows I'll probably change a lot of things as I go along. But it's a really good start, and we'll see how it lays out. So you know, this is the first time that I'm seeing all the basins put together, and I was really nervous initially that everything was going to be too large, but the scale looks great.
It does. I was super nervous. When I first saw this thing after it got shipped to our place, I was like, Samantha, what are you thinking?
I know.
Scale-wise, once we put this basin on top of it, it works perfectly, and it gives us room for that oversplash.
Perfect.
All right, so let's set this on top of the pedestal, make sure it works.
Okay.
Now this is the quick connect right here. So
Yep.
in the winter, they're able to put this in the garage.
Excellent.
I just fear something could happen.
Right.
Now, this is sticking out from the bottom though, so we have to make sure we don't set it down on this because it could break that copper pipe on the inside.
Okay, so the plan right now is we're just going to pick him up and set him on the pedestal so I can say yes.
Exactamente.
All right.
Ready? I would not pick him up by the head though.
Okay.
I've seen a lot of statues in my days with heads missing.
That's a good point. So he looks great. The basin looks great. Super excited, couldn't be happier. But I'm really sorry because I did not order the basin with the correct size hole.
Yeah.
And we actually need to drill another hole for our boy. So I don't know, I'm kind of nervous to drill into this concrete basin. Do you think that we can do it and it'll be okay?
I think so. I mean, this is only like 20 bucks. So
No, it wasn't.
if it breaks, we'll just go get another one.
Yeah. How are we going to deal with that?
Cordial.
This thing is heavy. How are you going to control this thing? Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Not on your life. Hi. So you have plants now.
Oh, it's just totally amazing.
Yay.
Thank you, Samantha.
Yay.
Wonderful. Sorry, I have to give you a hug. I'm sorry, because it's just amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, so hopefully we'll get all the back laid out today and then finish planting tomorrow. But yeah, it's coming to life.
I
So
can't believe all these plants were on the driveway.
yes, they were all in the driveway. Yep. Just waiting for their new home. You going for it now?
Yeah, cross your fingers.
All right. Did you see that spark? Oh, what happened to the bit? Oh, okay, so
One down.
it looks pretty clean.
No cracks.
Not yet. No, just kidding. Just kidding. I always say there's a benefit to having big feet.
Hey, Bigfoot, will you do me a favor?
Wow.
Wow, that was how she set it up. It's like on a tee.
Here goes. I haven't turned it on yet. It's always a surprise, and I always need adjustments. Alright, that's the 2-inch line. This is the big unknown, because this is an antique. I don't know that anybody's actually ever seen this thing working. Let's find out. Ooh. Alright. Open this up a little bit. A little anticlimactic. Button pushing. Look at that. I told you, this has not been turned on for a long time.
So when I turned on the water feature, now this is an antique. This hasn't been turned on for I don't know how long. I don't know that anybody we know has ever seen this thing working. It was clogged And this is what came out of it, about 12 inches of this. Samantha would have had a panic attack because when I first turned it on, it was just dribbling and spitting. Kind of thought it was clogged, but I wasn't sure. But once we got a coat hanger in there, lo and behold, now look at it.
All right, so here we are in this new, beautiful backyard. You know, this backyard is filled with the sound of running water, awesome stonework, and lush plantings. However, it is fall in New England, so you're not going to quite get the effect of the plantings just yet, but come spring, this backyard is going to be filled with color. Now, I'd love to talk to you just a little bit about the design process here because it was a bit of a challenge. You know, this yard is very long, as you can see, and also very narrow. So we had to figure out ways to connect all the spaces without making it look like just one long shot. So what we ended up doing was creating 3 different distinct use areas. We have the hammock area all the way towards the back. We have the round patio area in the middle where all the furniture will go. And we have this fire pit area over to my right. Now this fire pit is awesome, so we should really go check that out. So as you can see, we are in the fire pit area, and I think this is truly my most favorite space in this garden. You can see that we have a Cortan steel fire pit, and we decided to go that route because we wanted to bring something a little bit more contemporary to the space. And by bringing the field stone in, we were actually able to get the client a stone wall, which was really important to her. Now, as we move throughout the space, keep in mind this whole backyard was lawn. And what I really love about this project is that we were able to eliminate all the lawn in the back because they just didn't need it. So now we're in the main patio area, and you've seen all the work that it has taken to put this stone together. Now remember, every single one of these stones has been shaped and fit together like a puzzle. Neil and the crew really did an amazing job to make this space come to life. But one of my most favorite details of this whole project is actually this river rock channel that you can see here. This channel runs throughout the entire design, all the way from the fire pit area down through to the water feature and hammock area. And the reason we added this is that because this was such a long space, we really wanted to break up that linear feeling and add a beautiful curve in here. I think it works fantastic, and it does lead us to our next spot. Nothing brings more of a sense of tranquility to a space than running water. Now, we were really lucky to find this statue. The final result is spectacular. So spectacular, in fact, that I'm gonna march myself over to that hammock and see what it sounds like from over there. Well, that's a wrap. We're happy, the client's happy, and I'm just gonna chill out on this hammock now.